The next component we're going to be working on is the T9 tire. So I'm going to go right here, I'm going to go new component, and I'm going to name it t9 tire. Whoops. Okay. So let's start by making a sketch. And we're going to continue. And we're just going to make to start with, we're going to use a circle. That is 1.65 to get started. Let's zoom in on that. And then we're going to offset that circle negative 0.1. Finish sketch. And what I'm going to do is this part is going to get extruded once again in two sides. And the distance is going to be 0.57 divided by 2 the one way, and 0.57 divided by 2 the other way. So we keep that plane on the middle. Alright. And I'm going to click OK when I get that. Now, for the next extrusion, I'm going to use that sketch again. So I've got to turn that sketch on for reference purposes. And if you want to, you can come right in here when we make a sketch. As you'll see, the sketch is right on that axis that we've been using all along. So coming in here and just verifying, yes, we are cutting right through. We're going to use that sketch. We can hit a slice if we want, if it makes our life easier. But we're going to offset a circle off of this circle. So we might need to project this geometry. I did not want to finish that sketch. So I'm going to hit the P key for project geometry. I'm going to project the inner circle. I'm going to click OK. So that was going down here to project. I projected that inner circle, and I'm going to offset that inner circle negative 0.03. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little notch off of here in the middle. So I'm going to go up this way, and I'm going to go up this way, and I'm going to go up this way. And what you should get when we do this, or what we want to do when we do this, is we want to throw a dimension on here that's just an angle of 4 degrees. So each of those from here to here, that should be 4 degrees. And the same thing with this one to this one, 4 degrees. So 8 degrees between them. I'm then going to use the trim tool to trim out all of this extra. I'm going to hit finish sketch. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to extrude that sketch out in both directions. So two sides, or symmetric, and I want the distance to be 0.4, or divided by 2. So both sides out 0.2. And what we get is something that looks like this. Okay, and we want to put a fillet on that. Moving on, and it's a very small fillet, so we're going to go to fillet, and you're going to select all 4 of the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to be 0.01. Very small fillet. Okay. after we get that, we're going to do a circular pattern. And we're going to do it 15 times. So we're going to go to pattern, circular. I'm going to select both of these components on the timeline. And I am going to do the axis of any circle will work. So any of these circles, so I do the axis. And I want it to be 15 times. Okay. Great. And now I'm going to do another sketch right on the previous one. And all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to draw 2 circles quick. So one circle to the outside edge, which I'm going to need to go and project because it's not grabbing it. Project. So I need this edge and maybe the bottom here. Finish sketch. So I did not want to finish the sketch. I go back. I want to draw the circle from here to here, and then from here to here. And we're going to do another symmetric extrusion here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to select extrude. I'm going to grab just the inside, not that section, just here. So we're having some issue. I'm going to look at it this way. I think this will be helpful. So extrude, turn this off. Just that section. We're going to do it symmetric, 0.01. It's going to be very thin, and symmetric. And we're going to click, not cut, join. Make sure it's join, and we're going to click OK. That gets that little rib in the middle there. Okay. So we got to do one more fillet, and then we'll talk about doing the treads. So the next fillet is these 2 edges right here and here, and the fillet on these is going to be 0.05. Okay. Great. So the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to emboss whatever pattern we want. And to do that, I can actually turn this sketch off. So this is what I want, a tangent plane. So you go to construction, go to tangent plane, and what I'm going to do is this tangent plane is right on top of the object, and I'm going to draw my tread pattern. So that can be anything you want it to be. I'm just going to make a sketch on this here, and then my tread can be anything I want it to be. I'm going to do a simple tread for this. I'm going to do one that's maybe a box and a small box, and that's it. And maybe another small box on, no, I think that's it. I'm going to hit finish sketch. Now what embossing is, and you could do anything for this. So the next step is we're going to go to emboss. I go emboss, and I'm going to unclick tangent chain. I'm going to select what I wish to emboss, and then I'm going to select my face. And as you can see, they pop out. I can select how much I would like to emboss them. It looks like it's going to be pretty solid, maybe 0.01. And that does it. You can either cut in or out, like emboss up or down. I'm going to go emboss like this. Using my pattern. If I want to fill it or anything, I can. Like I'm doing a very simple tread here. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a circular pattern. I'm going to do a circular pattern. I'm going to select, or actually I can just select my whole thing, and I'm going to select my axis, which is right here. And then I can start to decide how many times I want to do this. Now, I do not want these running into each other. I want them to look about equally spaced. So for me, that's about 17. Ooh, and it got an error. Compute failure. Okay, we'll try it one more time. Maybe I'll do it less. So, pattern, circular pattern. We'll say, let's look at what 15 looks like. Oop, not 185. 15. I click OK, and it pops it out there, and then I have a tread. Now, like I said, this isn't a particularly good tread, but it will get the job done. And you get to create your own tread, so you can have some fun with it. Okay, so once that's all set, you got the T9 tire, you right click, you go to physical material, and it is a plastic, and it is a rubber. Rubber. I'm just gonna go with rubber, just regular old rubber. Yep, there we go. And it's rubber, and my colors still aren't showing up, but rubber black. And you can, after you get it to be rubber, then you can go and you can change the appearance if you want to like plastic green or whatever. Okay. So that is how you make the T9 tire.